And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Sports for some motorsports. We've just had the Formula One free practice 3 session and the final session before qualifying, which takes place in a little over 2 hours' time. And a very interesting first practice, well, third practice, first practice of the day, first session of the day. And we did see, because we saw that the Ferrari was fastest, and after that, the green machine of the Aston Martin are going to was fast there. So we're good to see Fernando Alonso going fastest in that session as well at some stage. So a very interesting qualifying, I think, does await us. Before we look at some of the results, for example, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, let's have a look at exactly what went down in FP3 and what some of the times were. So these are the final results. Cars still on the track doing their practicing their starts, stuff like that, but the time for tweaks and stuff is over. We are officially finished with the session. We're now going into qualifying in the next session later today. So no more time for any of these teams to really make too many more adjustments. They've now officially got all the information that they're going to use. So the news is that Carlos Sainz went fastest right towards the end of the session. The Ferraris were in the pit for a long time before eventually managing to get out and get a couple of hot laps in. Charles Leclerc made a bit of a mistake and couldn't really match the time that was set by Carlos Sainz. So he remains 0.2 of a second back there. But it started the session off with Hamilton going fastest. We saw the Red Bulls on a pair of hards, or a set of hards, for quite a while. And it's obviously trying to get some information on those hards. But they didn't really have much pace. They haven't really had much pace throughout the weekend in the pre-practices. But they came out on a pair of softs, or a set of softs, and all of a sudden, they did have the pace. Perez set a fastest lap before Verstappen then set another fastest lap, and then Alonso and Sainz got involved there. So the Red Bulls do have pace. Don't let the looks be deceived. They do have the pace. Very difficult to know what pace the Mercedes has. Hamilton went out very early and didn't really see too much happening from him afterwards with regards to sending too many hot laps there. But George Russell managing to come in, and he remains about 0.3 of a second back. And the McLaren took a while to get going. Oscar Piastri in particular struggled initially in that session, but he eventually managed to start clocking in better times. Lando Norris, who had a terrible pre-practice yesterday in that second session, he managed to get out and start clocking some better times as well. The Lance Stroll bringing up the number 10 there for Aston Martin. Nico Hülkenberg, the fastest horse around there. Danny Rick, who was fastest in FP1, remains the fastest for RB. He does outdo Yuki Tsunoda so far in that session. And then obviously this were the bottom teams of the second half of Kevin Magnussen, Alexander Albon at 15 there, Zhou, Bottas, Ocon, Sargent, and Pierre Gasly, who did not have a great session, 1.5 seconds behind the pace at the moment. So a very interesting first session there and of the day, and obviously later we had very different conditions. It does seem to be quite cool already, though, to be fair. Track temperature down at just below 30 degrees currently, and the air temperature at 20 degrees. So we do expect it to be quite a cool and cold evening. So it'll be interesting to see how that will affect the cars. We do watch Max Verstappen coming out. Before the session, they said that they were very happy with the car. They said that they know they've got a lot of improvement to make, but they know exactly where they're going to find that improvement as well. I think for me, the most exciting thing is probably the fact that Fernando Alonso on comms said that he's feeling really good in the car, that he is he's basically in sync. He said they talked about the fact that Verstappen was, I think it was 1/10 of a second behind him, or 2/10 of a second behind him, whatever. And he said he's got another step to go. You know, he said he's feeling good and that he's very happy with how the car's feeling. So that's exciting. You know, you want to feel that Fernando Alonso feels confident going into qualifying later today. So that for me is probably the most exciting news. As a Ferrari fan, cautiously optimistic. Mercedes fans will be very optimistic this morning. We're feeling really good. Maybe not feeling as good looking at that session now with George Russell the sixth fastest there, but Hamilton after that initial did not really manage to get back out there and clock. But We did see his pace from him last night. He was the fastest, and in the sort of similar conditions that we will see in qualifying. So I do expect him to be to have some good pace tonight. So to be honest, I think qualifying is a little bit of a lottery. You'd expect the Red Bulls to be quick. After that, very difficult to know what to think of your Astons, your Ferraris, your Mercedes, who have all kind of traded spots so far in the first sort of 2 weeks of testing, as well as the first practice. So a bit difficult to know exactly what to expect from those teams later, but the only thing we can do is wait and see. So in terms of qualifying, it starts at 7 o'clock local time. We do have a timer, and we're going to be doing build-up throughout the afternoon towards that qualifying. So still plenty of stuff to look forward to throughout the rest of the day, but just over 2 hours to go until qualifying. Mark will be there with you for qualifying, so I'll be taking a bit of a break, and you'll see me again next week when it comes to the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. So yeah, it's been very cool in the first couple of sessions, getting to grips with exactly what's happening over here, and I think we're in for a very exciting qualifier. I don't really want to call it. I don't think I can call it, because I'm not entirely sure what to think of the Red Bulls, for example. I'm not entirely sure what to think of the Mercedes, and I don't want to back the Ferraris too much. They'll just kind of let me down. But really cool to see the Aston Martin of Fernando Alonso does seem to be in the mix. So yeah, that's pretty much it. To go to some of the comments, for example, JP saying science was on soft, as were most of the other cars. I'm talking about the various tires that were being used. Saying that the Alpine looks very slow. Grant says it's a bit chilly here in Bahrain. Yeah, good old Grant over there he does stay in Bahrain, so he can give us a bit of inside knowledge, and saying that it is chilly. I did see that it was quite cold. If you looked at the track, the air temperature was down at 20 degrees. So for a desert country, you don't expect really those kind of temperatures. So interesting to see how that plays a role in qualifying. People, thank you very much for joining me for the session so far. We'll see you guys in a little bit. We will have the F2 live timing of the sprint race before we go into the Formula 1 qualifying, which starts in 2 hours and 20 minutes exactly. But until then, enjoy the build-up, and I'll see you guys all next time.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before you, that's facts. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall.
That's... Good thing is Reese never starts well in this game.
Shush.
Diana, you in?
Yeah.
You got an X over your name.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh god, I got a bit of shove there. Sorry Ryan, I think I hit you there. I got a bit of a shove.
Oh wait, have you guys already started?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what they're asking. Hurry up, Dion, get back in. James advise him if you can. Because Dion, you're currently sitting in second if you can take control of the start.
No, I'm gonna
ass. It's actually
Hey.
fucking irritating. Ah, he's taking me!
Freaking hell. Freaking hell. Did you get it, Dion?
Nice try, whoever that was.
Said it came through.
Yeah, that didn't end well.
A bit of corner cutting.
Yeah.
I lost all my speed doing that, but oh, this is our stuff up. Come on, just do nicely then. There we go.
Oh! Oops.
Ow! Bloody wall.
Oh no, I've come so far
Dion, are you racing or
wide.
you're not? Not racing yet.
No, not yet.
Your AI
Because this AI is doing the business right now. Yes!
James.
How do I
Oh
take
no!
control again?
Press the spectator menu and then choose a car to take control. It should automatically give you your car too as an
I was
option.
trying to help Dion, sorry, Reese.
Got it?
It's fine.
Yeah, Dion's back in. Ooh, shit! I'm watching him and I'm going into a wall. Ah! Dion, you chop!
What did I do?
You completely.
Oh.
Ow!
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh, shit!
Ow! Thanks, Grant.
Wow.
No, man,
That
please.
just got very real.
I have to get around somehow.
I know. I was doing the same thing. That's why I got taken out.
Right, Jack, let's go, let's go, let's go. We got those two right at the back.
Good deal.
I should just let my AI drive, honestly.
Clearly.
Oh, yeah.
The AI took me out though. Yes.
I need to catch. Dion, are you racing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
this'll...
yeah, if you
Yeah,
could
now
just
it's easy
crash,
to catch
you know.
it. The AI was doing the business with you. Yes.
Oh, you stupid thing.
Clearly, because you're catching me very quickly.
Yeah, you're 5 seconds ahead of me.
Well, it's soon going to be much less.
You should take care of your tires. Don't push too hard yet.
Fuck the tires, just go.
Reese careful, Graham. Is right adjacent to the track.
I was very gentle.
I was catching
there.
James so well.
Yeah, no, I've been a bit gentle here.
Struggling with control on these mediums.
I'm just
Well
struggling.
done, mediums.
We'll stop.
I have you now.
I'm just struggling. There's no mediums this. Oh god, could you stop picking that wall?
I actually have to brake a lot earlier than the game
Oh my word,
tells me
what
to.
on earth?
Whoa!
Oh.
What happened here? Here we go
Must I
again, here we
just
go
say-
again! Shot!
Yes. I just hear this nonsense ahead of me, and now you're just trying to predict where it's going to be.
Sorry.
Wow.
And now James
Sorry,
needs
I
to
should
take
have
out the Aston Martin in front of him. There's a brake test coming.
How do
Number
you
one.
do that?
James wins the race.
Why are you brake testing me?
Well, you know, I saw us in first and thought,
Hey,
you know,
what are you
might as well
doing?
keep it.
Dude, what are you doing?
I'd been there for like so long.
Why did you... Reese, what was that all about?
I didn't turn into you.
So who did
James,
that?
stop braking so early!
What do you mean? I didn't turn
No,
you.
no.
I literally didn't move my joystick at all.
Where
Give
were
me an interesting
you?
replay
I
there.
was on your inside.
I didn't see you.
That I've no doubt.
The replay is going to be very interesting.
Crashed out,
Oh
there's
my
big
God.
castle section.
Even me, bro, even me.
I went so far wide. I'm in all the wrong areas now. Oh, damn, I stuffed that up horribly. Damn it.
Oh. No.
Graham, I love it when you start for payday.
I know.
Just give you a little bit more breathing room.
Whoa, 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 why, bro, why?
Taxi move.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for this one?
Clearly a midfield battle happening right there.
Yeah, dude, he like T-boned me. And now he's in front of me. What is this? It's
I don't know how that happened, to be honest. I don't know.
fine, I'm gonna get the RS now.
Keep hitting that wall.
Ah,
Yeah, have you DC?
You don't break soon enough. You didn't have me to slow you down next time.
Stop telling me to slow down.
Yeah, RS, I know you're there, I know you're there.
Oh,
Okay, thanks
sorry,
for that.
sorry.
Between you and Graham, honestly, you both did the exact same thing on a corner.
I locked my brakes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the difference is he can lock his brakes. We don't have an excuse.
Ramsey, would you stop going over that?
So quick question, is anyone pitting, eh? Let's chat.
This is sprint, not
Sprint,
sprint.
you said.
Pit.
I want to pit. I don't like these mediums. Who races on mediums? and sprint?
Kate, that was such a bad section.
Maybe we should enforce a mandatory pit.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
And then
Oh, yeah.
people
Right,
practice
you guys
one
all
pitch.
go in,
Yeah,
I'll
who's doing
wait
it
for you.
first? Who's doing it first?
No, okay, I don't have.
Once you guys go in, I'll wait for
Yeah, I
you.
was about to say, I'll wait for somebody else to go, then I'll take it.
I'll go in this lap. If everyone else genuinely pits, I'll go in this lap.
Yeah, you see, if, man.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'm
no, so
pitting.
will I.
I've already
I'm
said.
sure your pitch reads from fourth. Yeah, I can understand why you would want us to all pitch.
Tell you what, I'll pitch when everybody else is pitching.
Oh, God, what did I just hit? Is there like a stick out wall on the straight here?
Yeah, there is.
Yes, I hit that and I almost went backwards.
Wondering why you
Oh,
dropped
crap.
so far
I just took
behind.
like... Yeah, no, you just lost 3 seconds there. No, wait, more, 4. Oh, God, I lost all my speed there in the straight. I mean, I was literally just about 5.5 seconds behind you, Mark. I'm now 10 and a half.
10. Oh, there are
Yeah,
people
I'm
in
in
the
the
pits, eh? Okay, fine, we will pitch, fine.
I will be ready.
I will.
I've got Graham up my backside. Look at that.
Oh no, man, why are we putting more mediums on? What the hell?
It's not to ask
Yeah.
them to change. You have to tell them, Dion.
You have to tell them which tires to put on. Sorry, Dion.
That's a good
How
bit.
do you do that?
You press B,
In
and
your
you press B
MFG.
again, and then you scroll down, and then you go and select next tires.
Okay, fuck me.
It's gone well there. Took a mandatory pit stop and went for the same tires that you hate so much.
I've got Graham too close here. I can't afford to pit.
Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
Tiptoeing around the corners here.
I am pitting, so...
You've
You
got
were a
time to
whole
pitch.
lap ahead of me. What the hell?
Yeah, but you pitted, they didn't.
Yeah, we will pit now.
I know.
Oh, we'll be ready.
But
It's
it
not a whole
doesn't
lap.
make much difference.
I think me and Graham have already decided we're not pitting.
The other thing is I still back myself to catch you.
5 laps of fuel.
Oh yeah, there's a good chance of that. That's why I'm not pitting. There's good reason to this. I know I need a good lap and a bit.
Yo, what about me, dude? What about me? He's clipping every single corner.
Just stop
These
pitting.
tires are not the ones. Who decided on starting on mediums? Was it a...
It was the game.
The game.
The game decides
It's
it.
a game, dude. You can't just be on soft the whole time.
Fucking dumb. I want to be on soft. I'm a softie.
With that we know.
God, Graham is catching you.
Oh, here comes James and Graham. Can I get out of the pits quick enough?
Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
Oh, they're going to be right here as I come out from one corner.
Pit
Let's go.
strategy complete. See these
Hello.
tires through
Graham,
to
just
the
take him
end.
up. Yep, thank you very much. Well done.
What was that?
Okay, clear.
5 out of 9. Oh my god. The hell of that track.
Ooh, just like, I'm on soft side, I need to remember that. I can brake late.
Oh, no! The bloody
Oh.
hang in there.
Ooh,
Alright, fine, we're gonna take Mark Archer.
Oh.
Yeah, that's before my sabotage comes. Boom! Close to the door. Oh, where was the door? No, damn it.
That was well taken by me, just by the bus. That was not half bad. Oh shit!
No, get out the way!
Chop.
Check out the
Absolute chop.
Boys,
No,
what's
man.
going on here?
It's such a horse, you know
There's a
that.
little bit of bumping. But bumping's racing, eh?
Okay, that's.
Oh no! I see what you're trying to do there!
Oh,
Just let me down the pit.
Oh no, I've been really
Did you
screwed.
clip?
Yeah. Oh, I've been really screwed.
Where's Ryan?
I'm all the way at the back after that accident.
Oh, I had to brake, damn it. Oh, here comes Reese now. Oh no. I've got no speed.
Jay still hasn't pitted.
Neither has Graham.
Yeah, but Gaz is close. Dion's supposed to.
Apparently I'm gonna stop using some tire grip. Little did he know that makes no difference.
Oh, yo.
So I can still take out Reese here.
Just. Yeah, Reese just got to drive carefully around James. He's a hooligan.
Dude, if you can't beat them fairly, you gotta play dirty.
That's the way you get it from, Mark.
You just got to cut
Because
down
you
his
race.
inside, Reese. If you go down the inside, he can't have you out. If you're outside, you're stuck.
Oh yeah? How do you feel about this? Yeah, but you didn't think of... Oh, okay, no, he did think of it. Did he? No, he did.
I just see yellow flags behind me.
Well, he went down the inside, but I knew I could try and take him on the outside then.
Racing
Sorry,
all
Ryan.
my
You saw
own.
points and you're not going to get them.
I know.
What the fuck are you?
Crash for
I mean, we've only been crashing like every second corner, yeah.
Hey, no. I had that when big crash when somebody was in the straight
Yeah, but-
on side of
Yeah, but dude, we've had like
sideways
6 crashes
Yeah, I
since
was about
then.
to say, like, there've been quite a few
Okay,
instances
so the gap
since
to the
then.
car behind is 8.1.
Oh, I'm very wide,
on.
yeah.
Were they to the same level of?
Yes. Graham can attribute
Oh no,
that.
there's been cars in the wrong way around, stuck perpendicular to the track. Check at these guys, they got slots, no wonder they beat
But you
me.
haven't pitted as well. I've pitted.
Oh, that's your
Oh, I
fault.
pitted. So is Reese.
Yeah, but I'm talking about James.
Yeah,
Yeah.
James needs to put.
Yeah.
We're not good enough to pits. Shut up.
No, we're not.
Bro, you're still in front of me, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, but you're catching me.
You know what I'll do?
No,
On the
not
final
you,
lap,
I'm
I'll
talking
come
about
into
James.
the pits. How about
James is
that? I'll
7
finish
seconds
the pits.
Ah, is-
You'll pit on the final lap, my ass.
Yeah, yeah.
That's gonna cheat.
once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. Damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight, don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase, so catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before you, that's facts. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight, don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase, so catch me if I fall.
That's... Good thing is Reese never starts well in this game.
Shush.
Diana, you in?
Yeah?
You got an X as your name.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh god, I got a bit of shove there. Sorry Ryan, I think I
So
hit
did
you
I.
there. I got a bit of a shove.
Oh wait, have you guys already started?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what they're asking. Hurry up, Dion, get back in. James, advise him if you can. Because Dion, you're currently sitting in second if you can take control of the start. And
Now I'm
on
gonna
my
have
ass.
to
It's actually
escape.
irritating. Ah, he's
Bite
taking me.
him. Freaking hell.
Oh.
Freaking hell. Did you get it, John?
Nice try, whoever that was.
Said it came through.
Yeah. That didn't end well.
A bit of corner cutting.
Yeah.
I lost all my speed doing that, but oh, this is that stuff up. Come on, just do nicely then. There we go.
Oh! Oops.
Ow! Bloody wall.
Oh no, I've come so far
Are you racing or
wide.
you're not? Not racing it.
No, not yet.
Your AI
Because this AI is doing the business right now. Yes.
How do I?
Oh
How do I take
no!
control again?
Press the spectator menu and then choose a car to take control. It should automatically give you your car too. As an
I was
option.
trying to help Dion. Sorry, Reese.
Got it?
It's fine.
Yeah, Dion's back in. Ooh, shit.
Oh,
I'm watching
why?
him and I'm going into the wall. Ah! Dion, you jumped.
What did I do?
You completely.
Ah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh, shit!
Ow! Thanks, Grant.
Wow.
No, man,
That
please.
just got very real.
I have to get around somehow.
I know. I did the same thing. That's why I got taken out.
Right, yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. We got those two right at the back.
The rest of the race.
Good deal.
I should just let my AI drive, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
The AI took me out though. Yes.
I need to catch. Dion, are you racing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
this will.
yeah, if you
Yeah,
could
now
just
it's easy
crash,
to catch
you know.
it. The AI was doing the business with Dion. Yes.
Man, you stupid thing.
Clearly, because you're catching me very quickly.
Yeah, you're 5 seconds ahead of me.
Well, it's soon going to be much less.
You should take care of your tires. Don't push too hard yet.
Fuck the tires, just go.
Oh my god.
Be careful, Graham. There's right adjacent to the track.
I was very gentle.
I was catching
there.
James so well.
Yeah, no, I've been a bit gentle here.
Struggling with control on these mediums.
I'm just
We all
struggling.
got mediums.
We'll stop.
I have you now.
I'm just struggling. There's no mediums this. Oh god, could you stop picking that wall?
I actually have to brake a lot earlier than the game
Oh my
tells
word,
me
what
to.
on earth?
Yellow flag.
Whoa!
Oh.
Fuck!
Okay.
What happened here? Here we go
Well, so
again, here
just
we go
use-
again! Oh!
Yes. I just hear this nonsense ahead of me, and now you're just trying to predict where it's going to be.
Sorry.
Wow.
And now James
Sorry,
needs to
I should
take
have
out the
warned.
Aston Martin in front of him. There's a brake test
Jesus.
coming.
Now available.
How do
For
you
what?
do that? How do
Maybe
you
it's
do
the
that?
race.
Why are you brake testing
How'd
me?
you- Well, you know, I saw us in first and thought,
Hey,
you know,
what are you
might as well
doing?
keep it.
Dude, what are you doing?
I'd been there for like so long.
Why did you... Reese, what was that all about?
I didn't turn into you.
So who did
James,
that?
stop braking so early!
What do you mean? I didn't show
No,
you.
no, no, no!
I literally didn't move my joystick at all.
Where
Give
were
me an interesting
you?
replay
I
there.
was on your inside.
I didn't see you.
That I've no doubt.
The replay is going to be very interesting.
Don't crash now,
Oh
there's
my
big
God.
castle section.
Even me, bro, even me.
I went so far wide, I'm in all the wrong areas now. Oh, damn, I stuffed that up horribly. Damn it.
No. No.
Graham, I love it when you start stuff for payday.
I know.
Give you a little bit more breathing room.
Whoa, 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 why, bro, why?
Taxi move.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for this one?
Clearly a midfield battle happening right there.
Yeah, dude, he like T-boned me. And now he's in front of me. What is this?
I don't know how that happened, to be honest. I don't know.
It's fine, I'm gonna get DRS now.
Keep hitting that wall.
Ah,
Yeah, have you DC?
You don't break soon enough. You didn't have me
Telling
to
me
slow
to
you
slow
down
down,
next time.
James. Stop telling me to slow down.
Yeah, Reese, I know you're there, I know you're there.
Oh,
Okay, thanks
sorry,
for that.
sorry.
Between you and Graham, honestly, you both did the exact same thing on a corner.
I locked my brakes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the difference is he can lock his brakes. We don't have an excuse.
James, would you stop going over that?
So quick question, is anyone pitting, eh? Let's chat.
This is sprint, not
Sprints,
sprint.
you don't.
Pit.
I want to pit. I don't like these mediums. Who races on mediums?
Yeah,
on sprint?
replicate. That was such a bad section.
Maybe we should enforce a mandatory pit.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
And then
Oh, yeah?
people
Well,
just
you
one
guys all
pitch.
go in.
Yeah,
I'll
who's doing
wait
it
for you.
first? Who's doing it first?
No, okay, I don't have.
Once you guys go in, I'll wait for
Yeah, I
you.
was about to say, I'll wait for somebody else to go, then I'll take a
I'll go in this lap. If everyone else genuinely pits, I'll go in this lap.
minute. Yeah, you see, if, man.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'm
no, so
pitching.
do I.
I've already
I'm
said.
sure you'll pitch Reese from fourth. Yeah, I can understand why you would want us to all pitch.
Tell you what, I'll pitch when everybody else is pitched.
Oh, God, what did I just hit? Is there like a stick-out wall on the straight here?
Yeah, there is.
Yes, I hit that and I almost went backwards.
Wondering why you
Oh,
dropped
crap.
so far
I just took
behind.
like... Yeah, no, just lost 3 seconds there. No, wait, more, 4. Oh, God, I lost all my speed there in the straight. I mean, I was literally just about 5.5 seconds behind you, Mark. I'm now 10 and a half.
10. Oh, there are
Yeah,
people
I'm
in the
in the
pits, eh? Okay, fine, we will pitch, fine.
I will be ready.
I will.
I've got Graham up my backside. Look at that.
Oh no, man, why are we putting more mediums on? What the hell?
It's not to ask
Yeah.
them to change. You have to tell them, Dion.
You have to tell them which tires to put on. Sorry, Dion.
That sounds a good
How
bit.
do you do that?
You press B,
In
and
your
then you press B
MFG.
again, and then you scroll down, and then you go and select next tires.
Okay, fuck me.
It's gone well there. Took a mandatory pit stop and went for the same tires that you hate so much.
I've got Graham too close here. I can't afford to.
Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap.
James,
please.
tiptoeing around the
Really
corners
suck
here.
at this
I
game.
am pitting, so...
You've got
You were a
time to
whole
pitch.
lap ahead of me. What the hell?
Yeah, but you pitted, they didn't.
Yeah, we will pit now.
I know.
Oh, we'll be
It
ready.
doesn't
It doesn't make much sense.
I think me and Graham have already decided we're not pinning.
The other thing is I still back myself to catches.
5 laps of fuel.
Oh yeah, there's a good chance of that. That's why I'm not pitting. There's good reason to this. I know I need a good lap and a bit.
Yo, what about me, dude? What about me? He's clipping every single corner.
Just stop
These
pitting.
tires are not the ones. Who decided on starting on mediums? Was it a...
It was the game.
Again.
The game decides
The
it.
game, dude. You can't just be on soft the whole time.
Fucking dumb. I want to be on soft. I'm a softie.
With that window.
God, Graham is catching you.
Oh, here comes James and Graham.
Perfect
Can I get out of the
job
pits
on
quick
turn
enough?
eight. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
Oh, they're going to be right here as I come out of my corner.
Pit
Let's go.
strategy complete. See these
Hello.
tires through
Graham,
the
just take
lead.
him up. Yep, thank you very much. Well done.
What was that?
Okay, clear.
5 out of 9. Oh my god. The hell about track.
Ooh, just like, I'm on soft side. I need to remember that. I can brake later.
Oh, no! The bloody
Oh.
curve. Hang in there. Alright, fine, we're gonna take Mark out here.
Oh,
Yeah, that's before you... Before my... Sabotage comes. Boom! Close to the door. Oh, where was the door?
That was well taken by me, just by the mics. That was not half bad. Oh shit!
No, get out the way!
Chop.
Check out the...
Absolute chop.
Boys,
No,
what's
man.
going on here?
You're such a horse, you know
There's a
that.
little bit of bumping. But bumping's racing, eh?
Okay, that's.
Oh no! I see what you're trying to do there! Just let me down a bit.
Oh no, I've been really
Did you
screwed.
clip?
Yeah. Oh, I've been really screwed.
Where's Ryan?
I'm all the way at the back after that accident.
Oh, I had to brake, damn it. Oh, here comes Reese now. Oh no. I've got no speed.
Jay still hasn't pitted.
Neither has Graham.
Yeah, but Graham's in fourth. Dion's supposed to.
And I'm gonna start using some tire grip. Little did he know that makes no difference.
Oh, yo.
So I can still take out Reese here.
Just. No, Reese just got to drive carefully around James. The hooligan.
Dude, if you can't beat them fairly, you gotta play dirty.
That's where you get it from, Mark.
You just got to cut
When
down
you
his
race.
inside, Reese. If you go down the inside, he can't have you out. If you're the outside, you're stuck.
Oh yeah? How do you feel about this? Yeah, but you didn't think of... Oh, okay, no, he did think of it. Did he? No, he did.
I just see yellow flags behind me.
Well, he went down the inside, but I knew I could try and take him on the outside then.
Sorry, Ryan. You saw points and you're not going to get them.
I know.
What the fuck are you?
Quite
I
far.
mean, we've only been crashing like every second corner, yeah.
Hey, no. I had that when big crash and somebody was in the straight
Yeah, but-
on side of
Yeah, but dude, we've had like
sideways
6 crashes
Yeah, I
since
was about to
then.
say, like, there've been quite a few
Okay,
instances
so the gap
since
to the
then.
car behind is 8.5.
Oh, well, I'm very wide,
on.
yeah.
Were they to the same level of?
Yes. Graham can attribute
Oh no, there's been cars in the wrong way around, stuck perpendicular to the track. Check out these guys, they got stops, no wonder they beat
But you
me.
haven't pitted as well. I've pitted.
Oh, that's your
Oh, I
fault.
pitted. So is Reese.
Yeah, but I'm talking about James.
Yeah,
Yeah.
James needs to put.
Yeah.
We're not good enough to pits. Shut up.
No, we're not.
Bro, you're still in front of me, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, but you're catching me.
You know what I'll do?
No,
On the
not
final
you,
lap,
we
I'll
want
come
James.
into the pits. How about
James is
that?
in
I'll
second
finish
ahead
in
of
the
me.
pits.
Oh, is it?
You'll pit on the final lap, my
Yeah,
ass.
yeah.
That's gonna change. Little Schumacher strategy there
Yeah.
coming out.
Yeah.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
No, Stefan is only 6 seconds behind me. Can he catch me?
Ah, fuck.
Ryan, sounds like you're stuffing up enough by yourself there.
Yeah, I just whacked the wall, turned too early.
That's that castle section so badly. We should catch
come
him
on, man.
easily.
Oh, suddenly Reese. Graham, is that Dion right? Oh, God.
Oh, that's... No! Ryan, fuck off.
And you didn't
The
pit.
fresh tires, you know, we stuffed up Graham. We should have put it sooner.
Should have put a first lap. Should have been like, yeah,
Oh,
straight in for these softs.
no.
No, everybody's on fresh tires here. Me and Graham are struggling.
Yeah, we're struggling.
Like Dion is coming up behind me here. And I can't turn. Tricky's yet to get past me.
That's quite
Big
difficult.
enough to catch you, dude.
Good strategy call,
Oh,
people.
what the hell just happened? My game just completely glitched.
Oh no. Ooh!
You're still in there.
I'm
Oh,
so worried there.
oh no, I just clipped the wall big time. Reese will be on my tail.
Oh, great, yeah. I've kept the wall as well.
Did you almost hit him?
Oh my god.
Mark up with the wall.
Yeah, I saw
Carnage.
far behind.
Dude, I didn't even know what happened. I was just going down that straight. Next minute, I suddenly like, I'm in the wall and I'm perpendicular to the track. That sucks so hard.
Sorry, James.
I'm gonna go look at that replay. Oh god, and now Graham's just pushed me into the wall.
Sorry. I
Reckon
think,
it's
Snowes, I
fine,
think you
Graham,
have to have some damage on the cars, otherwise it does get a little silly.
Yeah, problem is that
You see
the
what I
damage
mean?
is so high, it's so easy to actually get out of the race. Like, all of us would have been dead.
All of us, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would have.
There just has to be a bit of gentlemanly behavior, which we don't get from
Yeah,
I just
well.
want to see what just happened. That was ridiculous. Like, I stopped completely dead. I was doing 290, then dead.
I need donuts on the start finish line again.
I hate that little chicane there.
Or the left to right.
Yeah.
I know it's bad,
Yeah.
eh?
Oh no, I'll try to be greedy to try and get Graham there and I stuffed up.
Alright, let's go do some donuts.
When you're that far ahead.
I can't believe that. From 3rd to 6th in the final lap, are you joking?
Points gone down the tube. So what is it? Top 4 get points, right?
Top 3.
Oh, I see that little jutting out piece now. You are almost clipped it again.
That, no, dude, I didn't clip that. I hit that and it stopped me from 290 to dead. I'm going to show you the replay. It's absolute scenes.
The Oaks who didn't pit stop finished
Last.
last.
So yes, very good
Terrible.
strategic call, Dion.
Oh,
finishing in
dear.
the pits as well.
That
Oh,
was-
he
that
went
was
to the
it.
pits.
I push it, what you on about? Let me show you the replay. Oh, he just goes 290 and then dead. I don't even know what happened there.
How did Reese get driving with that rubbish?
I got taken out like 3 times.
So, you started first and finished second. I started second, finished first, and I was at the back of the point.
That's
Nonsense.
such bullshit.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before you, that's facts. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall.
That's... Good thing is Reese never starts well in this game.
Shush.
Dion, are you in?
Yeah.
You got an X over your name.
Oh,
Yo, oh, there we go.
Oh god, I got a bit of shove there. Sorry, Ryan, I think I
So
hit
did
you
I.
there. I got a bit of a shove.
Oh wait, have you guys already started?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what they're asking. Hurry up, Dion, get back in. James, advise him if you can. Because Dion, you're currently sitting in second if you can take control of the start. You're
Now I'm
part
gonna
of my
have
ass.
to
It's actually
escape.
fucking irritating. Ah, he's
Invite
taking me!
him. Freaking hell.
Oh.
Freaking hell. Did you get it, Dion?
Nice try, whoever that was.
Said it came through.
Yeah. That didn't end well.
A bit of corner cutting.
Yeah.
I lost all my speed doing that, but oh, this is that stuff up. Come on, just do nicely then. There we go.
Oh! Oops.
Ow, bloody wall.
Oh no, I've come so
Dion,
far
are you racing or are
wide.
you not? Not racing it.
No, not yet.
Your AI
Because this AI is doing the business right now. Yes.
James.
How do I
Oh
take
no!
control again?
Press the spectator menu and then choose a car to take control. It should automatically give you your car too as an
I was
option.
trying to help Dion. Sorry, Reese.
Got it?
It's fine.
Yeah, Dion's back in. Ooh, shit.
Oh,
You're watching
why?
him and I'm going into the wall. Ah! Dion, you chop!
What did I do?
You completely...
Oh.
Ow!
Whoa, whoa,
Oh, shit!
Ow! Thanks, Grant.
Wow.
No, man,
That
please.
just got very real.
I have to get around somehow.
I know. I was doing the same thing. That's why I got taken out.
Right, Jack, let's go, let's go, let's go. We got those two right at the back.
The rest of the race.
Good deal.
I should just let my AI drive, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
The AI took me out though. Yes.
I need to catch. Dion, are you racing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
this'll...
yeah, if you
Yeah,
could
now
just
it's easy
crash,
to catch
you know.
it. The AI was doing the business with Dion. Yes.
Oh, you stupid thing.
Clearly, because you're catching me very quickly.
Yeah, you're 5 seconds ahead of me.
Well, it's soon going to be much less.
You should take care of your tires. Don't push too hard yet.
Fuck the tires, just go.
Reese careful, Graham. There's right adjacent to the track.
I was very gentle.
I was catching
there.
James so well.
Yeah, no, I've been a bit gentle here.
Struggling with control on these mediums.
I'm just
We all
struggling.
got mediums.
We'll stop.
I have you now.
I'm just struggling. There's no mediums this. Oh god, could you stop picking that wall?
I actually have to brake a lot earlier than the game
Oh my
tells
word,
me
what
to.
on earth?
Yellow flag.
Whoa!
Oh.
Fuck!
Okay,
What happened here? Here we go
Must I
again, here we
just
go
go-
again! Fuck!
Yes. I just hear this nonsense ahead of me, and now you're just trying to predict where it's going to be.
Sorry.
Wow.
And now James
Sorry,
needs
I
to
should
take
have
out the
warned.
Aston Martin in front of him. There's a brake test coming.
now available.
How do
Number
you
one.
do that?
Ladies do the race.
Why are you brake tasting
How'd
me?
you- Well, you know, I saw us in first and thought,
Hey,
you know,
what are you
might as well
doing?
keep it.
Dude, what are you doing?
I'd been there for like so long.
Why did you... Reese, what was that all about?
I didn't turn into you.
So who did
James,
that?
stop braking so early!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Sports for the first qualifying session of the 2024 Formula One season here in Bahrain. And all of the teams are ready and raring to go. Of course, it is nighttime right now. It is much later in the evening in Bahrain. It is dark. The lights are out. The teams are out. The fans are all getting ready for this qualifying session, which could be quite an interesting one, of course, because we've had 3 different practice sessions after, of course, testing last week, where we've seen different teams do really, really well, and different teams that we didn't think we'd see there as well, because I see that Ferrari, of course, are really trying to get everybody's hopes up, of course, over these past 3 practice sessions in terms of topping it a couple of times. Carlos Sainz in the 3rd practice session at 1:30.8. And Fernando Alonso and that Aston Martin. The Aston Martin was a team that I also talked about in terms of saying that we don't know if they're going to maintain their levels that they started with last season, this season. But if anything, by Aston Martin's Fernando Alonso getting a decent time in 2nd in that practice 3, of course, earlier today, is anything to go by, then we could see a very competitive Aston Martin still this season. But more importantly, everybody's looking at the Ferrari and seeing, can it pull off a pole position right at the beginning of this 2024 season? So, of course, before we get on into all of that and the qualifying, which will be up in just about 8 minutes' time, be sure to go and check out our channel partners and sponsors. Of course, BitDefender, please go and check them out. We are supported by BitDefender, one of the global leaders in cyber security. So to protect yourself from cyber attacks, protect your browsing and personal information, and so much more, get BitDefender. Use the link in the description to get an exclusive discount as part of the Forever Sports community. So indeed, be sure to go and do that. And whilst you're also doing that, be sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video. And if you are new, please drop me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from, where who you're supporting, of course, as well. And what do you think is going to happen in today's qualifying session? Be sure to go and check the comments out. And of course, I'll be watching it the whole time, and I'll be trying to respond to as many of you as I can. If there's an interesting question posed, of course, we can have a bit of a discussion about it. Otherwise, go and participate in that poll right now in terms of who will qualify in the pole position for Bahrain. We've got Verstappen currently with 37% of the votes, Hamilton with 36%, Leclerc with 70%, and other getting 10% of those votes. Now, a lot of people still don't believe that the other teams have got enough to challenge Red Bull. They reckon that Red Bull are still just holding back a little bit. From Frank, I also believe Red Bull's holding back a little bit. At the same time, though, they might come a little bit unstuck, and maybe you'll see another team like Ferrari or Mercedes come in and take pole position away from them. So the one thing everybody noticed, of course, Mercedes in practice 2 finished 1 and 2, but everybody reckoned that all they did is the best, just turned up their engine performance a little bit more than everybody else in terms of how much they were outputting in that session to go and get 1-2. They're not sure if it's going to carry on into the race itself, but it was still mightily impressive what they did yesterday, which is, of course, the far more representative practice session. Practice session 2 is the most representative one in terms of qualifying times, because we do see it at night and the same sort of temperatures and same sort of scenario. So Mercedes fans might have something to go for. Ferrari fans are reckoning that Ferrari has got pace. They've got something. Fred's done something correct. Leclerc's there, of course. Sainz in his last season for Ferrari before being replaced by Lewis Hamilton is going to be hoping that he can try and prove everybody wrong and show off his stuff this season, of course, in that Ferrari. So all the Ferrari fans are really hoping that Ferrari do half decently. Red Bull, of course, will be very consistent, will be very good, I'm sure, still. And how good are they going to start off this season compared to last? I think that's going to be the big question. Are they going to go straight out in front, dominating, or is it going to be much closer? I'm hoping it's going to be close. Of course, we've got a couple of new teams, or at least rather new named teams. Alfa Romeo from last season is now Kick Sauber. It is the green team. It's actually a very long name, Stake F1 team, Kick Sauber, a whole lot of names all put together. Nonetheless, regardless of all of that, the car looks epic. Let's just hope that the performance can somewhat match a little bit of what the car looks like so far. Can't really say it's going to, but we'll see if it does. The other team, of course, is RB. And again, that's also a real hash full of names, which is Red Bull's sister team. Last season's AlphaTauri, now this season's Kick Sauber team. Not Kick Sauber, sorry. This season's Red Bull, or rather RB team, which has got Daniel Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda in it. Of course, we are now going through all of our drivers for the season. Not a single different driver on the grid compared to last season. I think some people wanted some other different ones, but we'll see. Also, another team we haven't talked about quite just yet, McLaren. Lando Norris signing another contract with McLaren, staying there, giving him the confidence that he wants to stay there and compete for championships as well as race wins in that orange car, of course. So let's see how McLaren can start the season off, of course. Surely it can't be as bad as they did start last season. So we are live now for qualifying in 4 minutes' time in the Bahrain Grand Prix 2024, round 1 of this season. Of course, we start off in the Middle East. We make our way to the East before going to America and then back to Europe. So round 1 Bahrain here. It is the island, of course, of Bahrain in the Middle East. Looking at the track here, it looks absolutely stunning under the lights. And, of course, is the very, very famous start of our Formula One seasons in recent history. Track distance, 5.412 kilometers, 3.36 miles. Full throttle sped at 74%. Top speed, 327 kilometers rather. There are 15 turns and only an elevation of 16.86 meters. So really not the biggest climbs in the world. The tires available for this weekend, we've got the C3, the C2, and the C1 tires. C1 being the hardest, the C3 being the softest. So we've got the harder sets of tires available to us this weekend. So we'll see how that fares. Of course, we know that generally happens in night races and in the Middle East. The crowd is there in its numbers, and it's looking incredible. Let's go into the comments here. We've got so many people joining us, of course. We're getting ready to watch qualify. We've got Mango J saying, I hope Hamilton is going to do good. Anyway, he washed up in FP3 indeed. PJ Calico here from Florida in the US, hoping McLaren get in the top 5 in Quali. D-West here saying, hello everyone. TC is here as usual. Good afternoon. Stefan's here saying, how's it? Mango here saying, yes sir. Hello everyone from Cora. We've got TC also just saying, I want Lewis to be a P3. It won't be easy. And Naval Porchita saying, hello everybody. Indeed, guys, drop a hello down in the comments there. Let me know who you're supporting, what you think's going to happen in the race today. Well, the qualifying today, rather. If I give my prediction very, very quickly, do I go bold? Do I go safe? Oh, it's a good question. I reckon it's going to be a very interesting qualifying session. Indeed, I'm actually going to back it. I'm going to say, and this is a hell of a prediction here. So bear with me. I'm going to say on pole position, Carlos Sainz. 2, Max Verstappen. 3, Lewis Hamilton. 4, Charles Leclerc. 5, Fernando Alonso. I reckon that Ferrari will do exceptionally well in this qualifying session. Maybe we'll see something from Mercedes as well. That's why I put Lewis Hamilton up in 3rd. But I reckon Ferrari seem to have got the car looking so much smoother. I commented on this, of course, in the testing last week, which I was covering. And I was just saying, the Ferrari looks like what the Red Bull looked like last season in terms of going around the track in a smooth fashion, in terms of managing the car very, very well. The car looks in control for the first time in years, I'd say, for Ferrari as well. It looks properly in control. It looks balanced. It looks like it knows what it wants to do. So I'm really hoping that Ferrari are going to, in fact, do that. Aston Martin, of course, if they can make decent upgrades from last season, they should be competing near the top as well. As we look at Fernando Alonso, of course, stalwart of F1, I really hope that he can have a very good qualifying session. I'm also hoping the McLarens can do something, maybe surprise me. I didn't put them in my top 5, but I'm hoping that they can surprise me, especially the likes of not actually just Nando Norris, but Oscar Piastri. I quite enjoy Oscar Piastri. I think he's quite a cool character. I'd really like to see him do quite well. Mango J saying maybe Lewis is going to be more focused. I'm hoping for him to be in the top 5. Indeed, I think there's a lot of people around the world who will be hoping for that. Naval Porfita saying it's going to be tight. I'm going with Max. TC saying I think Red Bull will turn up the engine for qualifying and nail it. Indeed, I do think there's a bit more pace to be found in that Red Bull, and that's why I still think it's going to be everybody trying to see if they can match Red Bull, but I still think there might be a little bit of scrappiness straight away from the start of the season here for Red Bull, and that's why I reckon Ferrari take pole. It's going to be a hell of a bold prediction, and if it comes true, I'm going to be very, very chuffed with life, but I will say this much. Qualifying is underway for the 2024 season, and the Ferraris not waiting around, going straight out of their pit lanes to go out early in Q1. Of course, we have the same type of sessions this season. Nothing has really changed when it comes to qualifying. We've still got 3 qualifying sessions. We've got Q1, Q2, and Q3. Q1 will last 18 minutes in total. Q2 will be 15 minutes, and Q3 will only be 12. Go to the comments here. Iman is joining us. Imagine Fernando P1. I think everybody in the Formula One world would be doing cartwheels and be having celebrations till the cows come home. That would be quite an incredible thing. It's been a while since Aston Martin or / Fernando Alonso has done that. Aston did well last season. Indeed, they did. PJ saying Verstappen is going to finish first. Leclerc in second, Hamilton third, Alonso fourth, Norris in fifth. Those are the 5 drivers, and from 5 different teams as well. So it's certainly a bold prediction to have 5 different teams in the top 5. I think also a lot of eyes will be on Sergio Perez this season. I think his seat is very under fire, knowing that there's going to be a lot of movement going into the 2025 season with Lewis Hamilton going to Ferrari. Means Carlos Sainz is going to drop out of that seat. I reckon you're going to see changes as a result of that, because then, of course, Mercedes need a driver. Will they go for Alex Albon? Will they go for experience and Fernando Alonso? What are they going to do? That's going to be an interesting one to watch. And then as a result, you're going to have drivers move from whatever team that is. So hence, the amount of drivers that are going to be changing and going to different teams and completely different grid next season it's incredible. That's why I say I'm so keen to see what's going to happen for this season, because they're all of them basically racing for big seats in big teams. Because Lewis Hamilton's move has basically triggered a massive reaction from all the teams, knowing it's going to be new drivers everywhere. Meanwhile, we've got the Ferraris of Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc leading the rest out. The Alpines are following them as well. They've gone in pairs, have all the teams so far. Only 4 cars out on track. The rest of them still in the pits. Mango Joe's just noting the drivers are heading out. Indeed, it's exciting times, guys. We have got Formula One back. Formula One is back. And indeed, here we go. Carlos Sainz is going to start our first hot lap on a set of medium tires. Note that a set of medium tires, not softs. And here goes Carlos Sainz. That is the one thing that have changed this season, is how much you can use tires in terms of how many tires are available. I think it is for qualifying and otherwise. So that's what we'll probably see, more of these sort of things happening with medium tires. So Charles Leclerc has also started his lap, and Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly starting theirs as well behind them. Carlos Sainz approaching sector 1. Let's see if he can beat his time in practice 3 immediately on the set of medium tires. His sector 1 time is going to be registered at a 29.76. Can Charles Leclerc best it? Let's see as he's approaching the sector 1 marker, as Carlos Sainz comes into that harsh turn in sector 2 before going into that long left-hander. Charles Leclerc beats Sainz sector 1 time, also at 29 seconder. Lindy, we're saying, I'll predict the bottom 5, no order. Gasly, Magnussen, Zhou, Sargent, and Ocon. Well, it's interesting. You've put 2 Alpines in that bottom 5 there, and the Alpine shouldn't be anywhere near the bottom 5, so it's going to be interesting to see if that actually does happen. So, bold predictions there. Bango saying, I played this map in a simulator like an hour ago. It was absolutely dog water. Well, let's see if the drivers find it the same way as well. Carlos Sainz, of course, has got purple sector 2 is the first one going out there. Can Charles Leclerc do better? 1.0 or 1 minute and 08 from Carlos Sainz. Same thing for Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc has not improved in sector 2 compared to his teammate Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz technically going around a little bit quicker than his teammate right now. As Carlos Sainz now comes down the start finish straight for the first time. Is it going to be a sub 130? It's not. It's going to be a 131.2. So really not the quickest time that we're going to see in the session at all by any means. Charles Leclerc, his teammate, follows him. A 131.4, I think 0.2, sorry, I'll get there eventually. So just behind his teammates, so 2 131.2s by the 2 Ferraris. Now, Ocon and Gasly and the Alpines, they're going to cross the lines now. What are they going to do? A 131.99 for Ocon, rather. I thought it was a 132. And Gasly, he's going to come across the line at a 132.4. So quite slow for the 2 Alpines compared to the Ferraris already. So, yeah, the 4 cars have completed their hot laps there. Put some times on the board for everybody else to note. Mercedes chilling in the garage right now, not worrying too much. George Russell relaxed in the car, all the things on. RB looked like they're getting ready to go out with Daniel Ricciardo, but still also looking fairly relaxed. So nobody's making big moves. They usually don't in Q1. They like to go out later on because, of course, the later on you go, technically most of the time the tracks are more rubber, it's a little bit cooler, and it's a little bit better for racing. People go around a little bit quicker. And also, they don't want to waste their tires too much, of course. They've got to use these tires in the race as well. So everybody's just chilling right now in the pits. Nothing much is happening out on track. Pierre Gasly's lap time has been deleted for track limits at turn 13. Again, track limits was a little bit of an issue last season in terms of this track. We might see it happen again this season, I suppose, or at least today. I think we'll see track limits being a problem for a few tracks this season as well. But Pierre Gasly's lap time has indeed been deleted for track limits at turn 13. The first of, I'm sure, many to go. And there we go. We've got some movement across the rest of the grid. We've got Nico Hülkenberg. We've got Daniel Ricciardo, Alex Albon, Logan Sargent, all making their way out. We've also got Yuki Tsunoda. We've got McLaren's. We've got everybody. Everybody's making their way out. Now it's the time, my brothers and sisters and all other things, that we are getting ready to see a lot of cars. My word, the pit lane is jam-packed. Literally got 15 cars probably all leaving the pits right now to get out going. And the Ferraris, of course, and the Alpines went out very early there. Different strategy in qualifying compared to all the other teams. But now we're seeing a huge amount of movement. And once again, we see these things which I can't stand from Formula One fans and fans of most sports these days. Everybody's making their way out, and nobody could be bothered to actually just take in the moment and enjoy it. Every single fan I just saw, they had their phones out and doing this. Max Verstappen saying everybody keeps stopping and he doesn't want to stop. Can I go past them or not? I think he's not allowed to anymore. Of course, they've changed the rules because of what happened last season in, I think it was Brazil. You're not actually allowed to slow people down inside the pit lane or slash now these days go over the solid white line with all 4 tires. So you can't actually overtake anymore. Just noting Pierre Gasly's track limits at turn 13. That's just before that last straight, before that final corner of the track. That's where he just went over with all 4 tires, and as a result, the track time has been deleted. But all the other drivers are now eventually making their way out onto track. We've got everybody on outlaps. The only 2 still in the pits, Sergio Perez of the Red Bull and Lewis Hamilton in that Mercedes. They're still yet to make their way out. Yeah, indeed. So, guys, everybody joining me. I see a whole lot of you joining. Please be sure to hit that like button if you are new. And otherwise, even if you're not new, hit that like button. But if you are new, hit that subscribe button so that you guys can be notified of all future streams. And take a watch of all of our other sports. We do tons of sports. Forever Rugby, Forever Football, Forever Cricket every now and then. Forever Motorsports, of course. That's Formula One. That's our dedicated motorsports channel. So be sure to go and find that channel and also subscribe to it. And also, if you guys are interested in watching the team have some fun and also get to know the team a little bit better and what we do, be sure to go and check out the other channel, Forever Sports Extra. We do always race the same race weekend that we're in Formula One. So we go and actually do it with some of our friends, the team itself. We go and race around and have a go ourselves for your entertainment as well. So be sure to go and check out those videos as well. So meanwhile, we've got 10 minutes remaining on the dot of Q1 and only 3 times technically registered as Pierre Gasly's was deleted. Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc, and Esteban Ocon, all of them also back on outlaps again. Piastri now on a set of soft tires, not mediums, a set of softs, starts his hot lap for the 2024 season, his first one, of course. And he's going to have to put up with a lot of traffic as he goes around. Let's hope everybody gets out of way accordingly as he goes around turn 1. And a few little adjustments, not quite as smooth as he might want to, but yeah. Let's see how he does into the sector 1 timer. Stroll is following Piastri as well in his Aston Martin. Big season for Lance Stroll as well. As much as his dad is there in the team, he needs to really do decently. Piastri is up on Sainz's time, but not at purple sector. As Alex Albon goes fastest at 1:30.6, our fastest time of the day so far. Daniel Ricciardo follows him in. A 1:31.025. He moves into second place. We'll see lots of movement near the top there as all of these races go through. Lando Norris currently got a purple first sector, quite significantly up on Nico Hulkenberg's time, which is currently now being put into first in that Haas, a 1:30.6. Logan Sargent, a 1:30.7. Best of third. Currently, Hulkenberg, Albon, Sargent, and Ricciardo in first to fourth. Piastri, Norris, and Stroll completing laps quite quickly as well. Piastri, however, is down on Hulkenberg's time in sector 2, so needs to really find a bit of time. He's struggling a little bit with the wheel. He's having to make a lot of minor adjustments, not what he really wants to see. Show finished up a lap in that Kick Sauber, a 1:31.0. Magnussen, a 1:31.2, a little bit slow, down in 8th in those soft tires. Bottas in the Kick Sauber, 1:31.0. Piastri now coming across the line. Will it go quicker than Hulkenberg for the top? He will not, but it's good enough for third, a 1:30.69. Lance Stroll and Lando Norris following him in behind. Lance Stroll now crosses the line. He comes in with a 1:30.86. Only good enough for fifth. But Lando Norris, here he comes. Purple sector in sector 2. He did originally have a sector 1 purple, but it's been taken away by Max Verstappen. But Lando Norris temporarily goes into pole position for Q1, a 1:30.1, nearly into the 1:29s. And now looking at Fernando Alonso in that Aston Martin. What can he do today? 1:27, 1:28. Let's see how close he gets to the 1:30s. And just gets there just behind Lando Norris, literally 0.03 behind. And here comes the world champion, Max Verstappen. Will he take first? He will indeed. A 1:30.031. Still really, really close between the top 3 there. Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, and Fernando Alonso, our new top 3 in Q1 rather. Russell finishes up a lap for himself. Purple sector in sector 3, but still only good enough for 4th fastest. Let's see what Lewis Hamilton could do though. Here he comes across the line in his final season for Mercedes. Does he go top? No, very slow for him. And yeah, he's really not happy, I don't think, with that lap there. Really not the greatest lap for him. He only finishes down in 9th, 0.7 seconds behind Max Verstappen. Perez finishes up his lap at 1:30.221. So everybody's pretty much finished up their first hot laps. Here comes the two Ferraris. Let's just see them in first, of course. They went out on mediums first hand. Now they're coming out softs. Let's see how quick these soft tire runs are. For Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, I don't think it's going to be anything special, if I'm frank. Carlos Sainz, however, does have a sector 2 purple sector. Charles Leclerc moves into 5th at 1:30.248. Moves into 5th. Carlos Sainz, though, his teammate, he's going very, very quickly. He's matching Max Verstappen's times. He could go quicker than Max Verstappen. He's on the top of final straight here. Let's see if he can go into the sub 130s, 128, 129, and he does. A 129.9 for Carlos Sainz and Ferrari. Currently now in first, ahead of Max Verstappen, the world champion, with just 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go. So, what does everybody make of the first proper runs in qualifying today? We get to the 129s with Carlos Sainz, everybody else, however, in the 130s. So, still a little bit to go. And, yeah. Interesting. Max Verstappen was quicker in Sector 1, but Carlos Sainz, Sector 2 and Sector 3 was quicker than Max Verstappen. So, that's something that we'll need to just keep an eye on. I think Max Verstappen's going to have his work cut out for him, I think, today. I don't think it's going to be as easy for Red Bull as they might have found it last season. I think the teams are a lot closer. Fred, last year, looking very nervous and watching his screens very intently. I think he's quite keen to see how Ferrari do today. I think that Ferrari might do quite well, if I'm frank. Watching a replay here of Lewis Hamilton scraping quite badly on the floor down the start-finish straight. Really, really badly. They've really set it quite low. I think they're going to need to desperately change that. Watching a replay of Logan Sargent as well as he comes, and he's just on the radio. What does he say? Just complaining about, I think, one of the Mercedes, I think it was Hamilton indeed, saying that Hamilton was a little bit in his way on his outlap. So I don't think anything's going to happen with regards to that. But trying to make a bit more of a nuisance of himself, Logan Sargent, immediately in this season. Last season he was very quiet. This season, will he try and do a little bit more? Lindiwe is saying, what do you guys think about Perez's seat? Red Bull are known for releasing their drivers anytime. Example, Nick de Vries, of course, from last season. Verstappen says the car fits him perfectly. Where does that leave Perez? Well, indeed, I think that's what a big thing is what is Perez going to do in this opening few races of this season? Because if he doesn't really match the pace of Max Verstappen, and Red Bull come under threat, his seat does too. So that'll be an interesting one to watch, of course. And will he still be there next season? Let us know in the comments. What do you guys think? I think that's an interesting discussion to go and have. Lewis Hamilton, really poor lap from him. The car was definitely set too low. They're going to need to try and make adjustments there. He is all the way down in 12th. Currently in the elimination zone, both Alpines, Magnussen, Bottas, and Zhou. So, yeah, not looking very good. The Lindiwe's prediction saying Gasly, Magnussen, Zhou, Sargent's the only one incorrect there, but otherwise it's looking quite good. Now, all the other cars are leaving again. We've got under 4 minutes left for the session, so all the cars are making their way out for their final laps of the session to see who will go into Q2. Quite dangerous right now for the two Mercedes. Of course, they're not really safe. Hamilton especially down in 12th. Lance Stroll as well, and then Aston Martin down in 13th. Really needs to do better. Piastri in 10th, not the best lap for him compared to Lando Norris, who's up in 3rd. So that's certainly going to be something to keep an eye on. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this session. I'll wait for everybody to make their out laps, of course, as they are all exiting the pits. Ferrari are exiting nice and late here, so they're going to go around pretty much last, as will, I'm sure, Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. Indeed, the Ferraris and the Red Bulls leaving later than everybody else, as is Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton. I think that's also Lando Norris now leaving at the back there. So let's see what all these bigger name drivers can do in these final few minutes of the session. Zhou Guanyu warming up his tires at that back straight before getting ready to start. Our final goes in Q1. Mango saying they're going to need to raise the suspension a little bit for Mercedes. Indeed, that's what I was mentioning as well. Leclerc needs to cook ASAP, says Manisha. And Mango saying let him cook. Indeed, let him cook. Let's see if Leclerc can do something decently. Of course, all they need to focus on in Q1, though, is just to get into Q2. They really don't need to worry about getting the fastest time in Q1. It means very little. Let's just see them try and get somewhere near Q3, of course, so that they can really fight it out at that point. Leclerc's on the radio saying, I do not agree with this. Oh dear, Leclerc did not agree with this, saying that he was getting slowed down far too much by the Alpine ahead of him in the pits, and he made an overtake, just like Max Verstappen did last season. So I wonder if he's going to get a penalty for that. A very brave move by Charles Leclerc. Of course, I think he's worried about not being able to get around the track in time. So he overtook. He said he does not agree with this, and then just made his way to overtake the Alpine ahead of him. So will he get a reprimand for that? We'll have to wait and see. I also don't agree with how slow it is. I think there needs to be a minimum speed in the pit lane, if I'm frank. That's what I think needs to happen. When the green lights are shown, there needs to be a minimum speed in the pit lane. That's how you solve these issues. Guan Yu Zhou starts his final hot lap here. He is currently up on Ricciardo's time. He's in 15th, but he's not really going around that much quicker. So his seat right now, / his position, is in danger. Valtteri Bottas is, of course, also following his teammates in that kick starboard. They look amazing, I will say that much. Bottas is also up on Daniel Ricciardo's time, but not significantly. So kick starboard is currently in danger. Let's see how they figure out the rest of this lap. Everybody else still on outlaps. Just 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining in the session. Magnussen also up on Ricciardo's time, but not significantly. Let's see how everybody does. I mean, the stake sabers / kick saber teams, I don't think they're going to be quick enough as Zhou comes round onto that back straight before the final corner going up the start finish. He's not going particularly quickly to keep himself into Q2. Let's see how he does. It's also a huge season for Guan Yu Zhou, of course. Didn't have a great season last season. Oh, my word, lots of corrections around the final turn. Now, that's going to take a lot of time away from his time. They will he go quicker than Daniel Ricciardo? He's up into 11th, but I'm not sure it's going to be quick enough to get into Q2. Bottas, of course, following his teammates, dealing with a hell of a lot of traffic is Bottas. And he's managed to make his way past. They've done relatively okay to get out of his way. And now he comes down the start-finish straight, but he's going quite slowly. Will he be able to go much, much quicker than he did originally? Goes into 11th also, beats Zhou. Zhou down into 12th now already. Magnussen now comes across the line. Let's see how he does. Magnussen, there you go. He goes a 130.6. He's down into 10th. Hamilton's currently a driver at risk. Albon up into 8th. Lance Stroll set a purple sector in sector 1. Very, very interesting there from the Aston Martin driver. So let's see what Lance Stroll can do for the remainder of this lap. We've got no time remaining. If nobody's made their way over the start-finish, they will not be able to start their lap. But everybody has Lando Norris, Carlos Sainz, and Charles Leclerc are all in the pits. They did not go out. They did not start their lap. They could not. Ricciardo comes across the line now. Where does he put himself in that RB? He goes into 11th. Zhou is currently a driver at risk. Logan Sargent is also currently in the elimination zone, as is Lewis Hamilton, Lance Stroll. But Lance Stroll comes across the line now, second fastest, a 129.965 in that Aston Martin. Much better drive from him. Lewis Hamilton now, the next driver. Very important to watch him. He's currently in 18th position. Let's see how he fares. Will he get into it? He does, into 10th. Both Zhou and Bottas are out. The Pixar was a terrible start to the season. The Alpines down to 19th and 20th. Logan Sargent in 18th as well. But I think a couple of those Alpines are currently on hot laps. And I see that, yes, Fernando Alonso is also not going to bother with another fast lap. So he reckons he's safe. Ocon is down in Magnussen's time. So it doesn't look like Ocon's going to get himself out of the elimination zone, as is Gasly. Everybody else has pretty much stopped their hot laps, knowing that they're quite safe. So it's just the Alpines that we're basically watching. Let's see how they fare as they come across the final corner and across the line. What will Ocon and Gasly do? Will they get themselves into Q2 or not? Ocon crosses the line first. He is out. He has not improved. Gasly, let's see if he can improve. He also went slow in second two. Will he go quicker? And it doesn't look like it's going to be. And it's a sorry state of affairs for Alpine. 19th and 20th respectively. The slowest cars on the grid. And can I point out, huge call by Lindiwe, who got it exactly right. The 5 drivers that Lindiwe predicted to be out are exactly the same 5. No, they're not. You predicted that Magnussen would be there. It's not Magnussen, it's Bottas. Everybody else, though, you were correct. Both Alpines, both Kick Sabers, and Logan Sargent and Williams out in Q1. Lots of comments, of course, were had whilst I was doing all of that commentary. Old Man Rouge joining us here saying, I just want Piastri and Ricciardo to go through. Well, guess what? Most of them have got through to Q2. So we talked about that. Lindy was saying, I know my predictions look impossible. I'm holding on to Bottas because he needs to impress Audi to remain in F1. Well, unfortunately, he's out in Q1. Albon to Red Bull. That could be a potential thing. Guys, they're saying it was a disaster outlap. Indeed, that was probably a problem for him. But at the same time, I think it should have been a lot better. Manisha saying, Leclerc pole, please. Lindy was saying, Leclerc might get in trouble because they updated the rules because of Verstappen's actions last year. I did note that. Mango saying, I'll slap myself 100 times if a single Mercedes doesn't get into the top 10. Well, they're both currently into Q2 at least. Let's see if they can get themselves into Q3. Looking at the comments still, let's go and see. Lindy is saying the wind is wreaking havoc in Sector 3. Indeed, it is. TLC saying the Mercedes are not good enough, essentially. Excuse my French. Yeah, I mean, they look decent in practice too, but again, everybody said that they basically just raised their performance, the engine, in terms of getting the engine further up. Ocon on the radio. Very interesting. Ocon being told that it's only a 10th between him and 15th, and saying that it's just round one. We can move it. It's fine. It's just round one. So calm. He's very calm about it. Very, very weird from Alpine, because it's a terrible start to the season. But yes, indeed, you got 4 out of 5. Magnussen made it in. Watching a replay of Logan Sargent, just seeing what happens here. Does he get held up by another car? Does another car go past him? What happens here as he comes around into that last DRS zone? I think he just slides a little bit too much. He just took the corner too early and then just saying, I don't know what happened. That's why he resulted in a drift. So, yeah. So, Kick Sauber out, Alpine out, Logan Sargent at that Williams out, Alex Albon, however, in that Williams up in 9th. So, really not the worst start there for Alex Albon. Of course, he is vying, and I think he is one of the biggest drivers to watch. And somebody mentioned it earlier in the comments already. He's a big driver to watch in terms of knowing who's going to go where next season, because I think he is going to be a hot prospect and a hot talent for a lot of big teams. Mercedes will be looking at him. Red Bull will be looking at him. Aston Martin might even be looking at him. McLaren, maybe. Probably not. Ferrari, definitely not. So there are 3 big teams that could be looking at Alex Albon. Stewards have noticed an incident involving Russell failing to follow race director's instructions. So will there be any reprimand? Probably a fine for Russell, but I don't think it'll be anything else. Mango saying, I didn't slap myself. It's pretty late here, Adamo. I don't want to miss this race. There's a 65% chance I'll miss the race due to sleep. Well, let me know where you're watching from, Mango. I would like to know where you're watching from. Why is it that you're going to go to sleep? I assume you're in the Far East, obviously. Whereabouts in the Far East? That's the bigger question. Right. So Old Man Vuj is congratulating Lindiwe there, of course, for the prediction there. It was nearly spot on. And yeah, it's an interesting one. Now, Q2 is going to be more interesting because the time between drivers and the type of drivers everywhere is far more interesting in terms of what could happen. I think the Haas's will lose them. Yes, I'm sure we'll lose the Haas's. Maybe the RBs. But after that, it's up in the air, I think. So going to be a very interesting session, which gets going in just a little bit. Actually, in fact, I've already got going. So this session will be 15 minutes long. Yuki Tsunoda currently in 11th after that first session. Let's see how you can do in this new RB. What do we also make of the RB car in terms of their livery and their sponsors and the look of the team? I think it's quite cool. I mean, it's a bit too like fake Red Bullish, I almost feel, but still, it looks quite cool. It does look quite cool. Oscar Piastri will be certainly quite keen to have a good start to the season here. Hopefully, he can get himself a decent qualifying position. His teammate Lando Norris finished up there in 4th, but they didn't really go out for another lap there. So we know that the car is capable of getting some decent pace near the top there, at least in the first qualifying session. So Piastri will be looking to do the same thing as well. Fernando Alonso, of course, everybody's favorite driver, their experienced driver at least. Where can he finish? Of course, he had a fantastic start to the season here in Bahrain last season. Finished up in 3rd place. A brilliant finish for Aston Martin last year out. What was the 3rd place or 5th place? I don't know. Anyway, all I know is it's a great lap for them. They were so chuffed. So let's see what he can do this season in Bahrain. And qualifying 2 is underway. Clock is counting down, and nobody is really making a move out because, again, it's the same concept. Nobody wants to really take up too much time. But I think we might have those traffic issues once again. Leclerc also might get a reprimand for his actions in Q1. said it did not agree with us and made an overtake in the pit lane because people were going far too slowly. Lenu is saying, I think I'll focus on predicting the bottom and mid, less pressure as compared to the top 10. Mid prediction, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Sargent, Albon, and Piastri. Are you saying those are the ones we're going to lose? It's interesting you say Piastri is going to be lost. I think that's a bit of a stretch. Magnussen, you've not said Hulkenberg. I mean, that's an interesting one. I'd say Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, Ricciardo. Well, we've already lost Sargent, obviously. Albon, I'm not sure we're going to lose either, maybe. I mean, again, I think both Haas's will lose. I think maybe both RBs. And then I think it'll be a surprise next. Lance Stroll, maybe. Somebody else there. I'm very keen to see how quick these Aston Martins are, because I think they can do some exceptional things with the right sort of management and good upgrades. But let's see how they start in the season, because last season they started brilliantly and then just sort of dived off because the upgrades were not good enough. If they start really, really well this season, then they could just upgrade at a reasonable level. They're a hell of a team to be reckoned with. Of course, Mercedes were basically having to compete with them for a little while. So it looks like Daniel Ricciardo is getting ready to go out of the pits. 13 minutes left. 2 minutes of the session has elapsed. And nobody's made their way out. So lots of time being taken up here. The poll, of course, that we were running for who will qualify in pole position in Bahrain has finished. Everybody's reckoning 37%. Rather, are reckoning Verstappen will finish in pole. Hamilton with 31%, we'll say. And Leclerc, 18%. Other 11%. 565 votes there. I think we might get a new poll up very, very shortly. So again, be sure to go participate in that, as all of our cars are now making their way out for their first qualifying laps in Q2. It's a long queue. It's a lot of people. It's slow. Let's see how they do. We've got the Haas's leading us out, followed by the McLarens, followed by Aston Martin, and then I think that's a couple of Red Bulls, or rather RBs, slightly different. Mango saying Red Bull haven't gained wings. They are saving it for the actual race. Well, let's see what. Well, of course, they can't change the car before the race. Now that they started qualifying, this is the car they have to take it. You can't do major changes onto the car. But unless you're just saying in terms of performance, I think, yeah, they might be reserving a little bit of performance going into Q2, or at least the first Q qualifying session. Looks like Piastri is getting a little bit upset with the pace of the Haas ahead of him, so he's just trying to see if he can overtake him, just putting a little bit of a press on Magnussen ahead of him. Lindiwa just saying, Piastri is a stretch. Thankfully, I have long arms, but McLaren seem a wee bit sensitive to the wind. Yeah, maybe, but I don't think that they should be anywhere near the bottom. I don't think it'll be as bad a start as they had last season. But nonetheless, we've got Hulkenberg and Magnussen starting hot laps for us in this Q2 session. 11 minutes remaining. The fastest lead us out, followed by the McLarens. Let's watch and see what happens. Again, give your predictions. What's going to happen? Like the video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out our channel sponsors or standard partners. BITDEFENDER being one of the BITDEFENDER also sponsors Ferrari. Check that out. So we partner up with BITDEFENDER as well. That's how cool we are. So be sure to go check them out for all your cybersecurity needs and otherwise. So Magnussen, let's see what sort of time he puts in Sector 1. It's 28, 29.2. So of course, because it's the first lap of Q2, it will be a purple sector. Always will be. And it's been taken away by immediately, I imagine, by either Piastri or / his teammate. No, yeah, indeed, Norris. So yeah, his teammate Norris has taken it away. So Norris currently the quickest car out on track. Magnussen now on the final DRS straight. Runs parallel to the main straight. Piastri behind him, followed by Lando. Norris a little bit behind that. Let's see where these cars finish up. Mango saying Hamilton top 10 because I've lost all hopes for him being in the top 5. Well, let's see. Superman saying Hulkenberg will be out in this session. Well, that's a decent prediction. I reckon these Haas's will not make it into Q3. I might be a little bit wrong. Hulkenberg was a little bit more consistent than Magnussen last season in terms of making it into the top 10. So out of the two Haas drivers, I back Hulkenberg more to make it into Q3. But yes, I think both will lose. Lando Norris has still got 2 purple sectors to his name, Sector 1 and Sector 2. Magnussen finishes up his lap. It's a little bit slower than Hulkenberg, as I say, at 131.1 for Magnussen, Hulkenberg at 130.9. Piastri comes across the line at 130.6, still not into the 129s for the McLarens, but a little bit quicker for Piastri. Lando Norris now into the 129s at 129.941, the quickest lap so far, and quite quickly. Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll not able to match it just quite yet. But Lance Stroll comes across the line now, but it looks a little bit slow for Lance Stroll. Indeed, it is slower than Piastri, but quicker than Hulkenberg. And Magnussen's time has now been deleted for track limits, so he does not actually have a time to his name at all. Ricardo comes across the line at 131.1, only good enough for fifth. So currently, Lando Norris, Piastri in this McLaren, 1-2. Stroll in this Aston Martin in third. Hulkenberg in fourth. Tsunoda now in fifth. Ricardo in sixth. Here comes Alonso. Will he beat Piastri's time? Will he beat Lando Norris's time? He comes across the line at 130.1. It's quicker than Piastri by quite a bit, but not quicker than Lando Norris. So Fernando Alonso into second right now. Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc going around very, very well, though, in their Ferraris. Let's see what they can do. Carlos Sainz, not quite good enough for the top two, but third place with 130.4. But Charles Leclerc going on a lot quicker than his teammate, as is Max Verstappen, who's stolen both purple sectors away from Lando Norris. Charles Leclerc comes across the line at 130.09. The second fastest now goes quicker than Fernando Alonso. Verstappen now. Oh, big snap there by Fernando Alonso in the final corner. He's going to lose a little bit of time as a result of that. So his time, though, is still quite quick. My word, look at that. 0.5 seconds quicker than Lando Norris at 129.3 for the current world champion. And his teammate Sergio Perez comes across the line in second as well at 129.93. Much closer, though, to Lando Norris's time. But again, it's not all that important in Q2. It's all about just making it into Q3, so we don't have to worry too much about the times. But currently, two Red Bulls are our quickest cars out on track. Lando Norris in third, Leclerc in the Ferrari in fourth, Alonso fifth, Sainz in sixth in that Ferrari. Piastri now all the way down at eighth as Hamilton comes across the line, a 130.36. Only good enough for sixth position. Not the best showing, not the worst either. Currently in the relegation zones, or slash being not disqualified, but left out for Q3. Magnussen, I've lost it. Hang on 2 seconds. It's Magnussen. Oh, they've just gone to a different screen, so I can't quite just see. Mango's saying, my hand sweat can fill a swimming pool. Oh, that's just lovely. Oh, quite wide there for Kevin Magnussen. Just watching that replay. Really took way too much speed. The team was saying mid-prediction edit. Magnussen, Tsunoda, Piastri, Albon, and Hulkenberg. Mistakenly wrote Sargent. Indeed. Fernando Alonso, watching a replay of him. Just a small issue on his car as well as we're watching George Russell. Let's see what happened to his lap. He went around quite slowly. Big snap there of oversteer. As a result, just took a bit of a slide and lost a bit of time there. So a lot of people in the pits right now making their way back to the pits otherwise before the final lap. Stewards have noted an instant following Russell will be investigated after the session, failing to follow race directions for maximum delta time. That, of course, is for going around the track. You can't go around too slowly. That's for exiting the pits as well. It includes that. So he's going to be investigated for that. He might well be given a penalty. Not a great start for George Russell in the season to be having the FIA investigating you straight away. Manisha saying Lando is cooking. Mango saying Hamilton cooked to P6. Mango J, you are the funniest person basically right now. So we'll see what happens. Lance Stroll looks to be quite relaxed in his Aston Martin. Of course, he's down. They all went 10th. He's currently the driver at risk. Those 5 drivers I was trying to allude to, both Haas's, both RBs, and Alex Albon. Indeed, it is exactly Lindsay West's prediction. To be fair, though, I basically said that prediction as well. I said Albon might make it through, but I did say that he might not. But I said we'd lose both Haas's and both RBs. Right now, that's looking like it's going to happen. It's who's going to be the other driver. Albon is currently in there. I think he might be able to get himself out. I think he can get a half decent lap together, though. Let's see. Anyway, nonetheless, we've got to still wait for these cars to get into the pits, maybe have a tyre change, have a few look at. And let's see what's happening here. Haas look like they're going to get ready to go soon. Manisha saying if Leclerc doesn't get pole, I will drop out of school. Stay in school, get your education, then you can go and become an engineer or something like that in one of these Formula One teams. Wouldn't that be cool? See every single Formula One race from inside the pits. That would be quite fun. Harini here joining us as a new name I've not seen. Come on, Hamilton, indeed. Well, let's see if Hamilton can do something decently today. Let me know who you are supporting, and otherwise, let me know which team is your team in Formula One if you're new. And if you aren't new, even just remind me, because quite frankly, it's been a little while, of course. Start of the season compared to last season, we haven't had racing for a fair while. So there we go. Movement in the pit lane. Lots of cars making their way out onto the track for their final runs. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. Mango's saying, I'm predicting that Max Verstappen will get into the top 5. I think it's actually Max Verstappen. Actually, let me not do that because otherwise copyright and otherwise. Manisha saying, I'm putting Nazar on my boy Leclerc. Oh my God. Right, well, you go do that. We've got 4 minutes remaining. Lots of cars in the pit lanes, including those 2 Ferraris as well, making their way out very, very slowly. Leclerc, I think, gets very irritated about this. And yeah, I mean, here you go, Leclerc on the radio. There you go. Carlos Sainz has got bored of people stopping ahead of him. It's interesting. Charles Leclerc went and said, all the cars in front of Carlos Sainz are stopping. You're not allowed to stop. And as a result, as he says that, Carlos Sainz also just whips straight past them, just gets bored of it. And he's right. The new rules say you're not allowed to stop in the pit lane. So if they do stop in the pit lane, you are in breach of the FIA code now. So technically, Carlos Sainz has every right to overtake them. And Charles Leclerc also just making note of that. So certainly a good thing, I suppose, for them just to keep in communication with their engineers about that. Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz clearly getting quite upset about cars taking forever to get out of the pit lane. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen for the remainder of the session. Again, we've got Alex Albon now on board with him. He's 0.17 seconds away from Stroll's time, who's up in 10th. Alex Albon down in 14th. So the times are really, really close together in the midfield, which is great to see. A competitive midfield is always quite fun. Alex Albon going around is going to follow the Haas as well as the McLaren starting hot laps. The 2 Haases are now beginning their hot laps, their final hot laps of Q2. The Mercedes are only making their way out of the pits now with 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. Hamilton and George Russell leave the pits. Verstappen and Perez are both on out laps, as well as the 2 Ferraris and Alonso and Stroll. So everybody pretty much except for the 2 Mercedes had made their way out. Mercedes, the last ones to join the grid. Alex Albon now starts his hot lap for Q2, his final hot lap, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So this will be his final attempt. Let's see what he can do in comparison to Lance Stroll. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting one, of course. Interesting comment there from Manisha saying, I hate Max with a passion. I'd like to know why. What did he do personally? Shoot a dog, something, maybe? Oh, but otherwise, really, why? Why? Cody Foster saying, I've been sitting on Forever Motorsports since the start of Q1. No, why were you there? That's why you need to be subscribed to both. So sorry. But anyway, great to see you joining us now. Don't need to cry. We're back here. You're still in Q2. We still got another qualifying session. You can still join. We can still keep going. Don't worry about it. It's not a problem. Just so that you can be updated about the 5 drivers we lost. Though Gasly, Ocon, Sargent, Joe, and Bottas are out. So don't worry too much. Because essentially we've got rid of the drivers don't really care too much about, and now we've got the drivers who do. TC here saying Horner's already opening bottles of champagne. Now, he's also opening cases that are interestingly being looked at and supposedly closed, and otherwise interesting cases coming out about Christian Horner. Everyone can have their own thoughts about that. I'm not going to go into detail about that, but if you do want to go and see that, there's a video on the channel, Steven's done it, about Christian Horner, and you can find out exactly what happened in that whole instance, of course, which has been doing the F1 news. It's nuts for the last bit. Alex Albon comes across the line in 8th position. It's probably not going to be good enough for him. Magnussen is already out. He's not going to be in the next session. Magnussen is out already. Lance Stroll now finishes up his lap. A 1:30.2, not really good enough for Lance Stroll, if I'm frank. Daniel Ricciardo now comes across the line, and his RB, is it going to be good enough? Into 10th. Currently, Hamilton, Sainz, Magnussen, Russell, and Tsunoda out, but Sainz is about to come across the line. He's got a purple sector in Sector 2, does Carlos Sainz, and he's improved in Sector 1. It's going to be a hell of a good time for Carlos Sainz. Second fastest, just behind Max Verstappen. Great for him. He's into Q3. Tsunoda now in that RB as well, currently in the elimination zone. Will he get out of it? He moves into 8th. Lance Stroll is in danger of being eliminated in Q2. Charles Leclerc right now in 6th position. He's also got a purple sector in Sector 2. Fernando Alonso moves into 3rd position at 1:29.8. Brilliant from the Aston Martin driver. However, his teammate looks like he might get eliminated if these 2 Mercedes do decently. Leclerc goes fastest at 1:29.165. A brilliant time by Charles Leclerc. And both Red Bulls have given up on their laps because they know that they're through. But the 2 Mercedes, can they get out of the elimination zone? Lewis Hamilton 13th, Russell in 15th. Currently, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Albon 100% eliminated. They're not going to be able to get out of it. But will Lance Stroll and Tsunoda be safe or not? Let's see. The 2 Mercedes. Oh, Lance Stroll could still be here. Russell's down in Lance Stroll's time. The Mercedes not having a fun time in Q2. It's not looking good for them. Hamilton is slightly up on Lance Stroll's time, but can Russell make up enough time in the third sector? It's not looking good for George Russell. Let's see what he does here. And he's taken it very, very cautiously around the final corner here. Will he make it ahead? Will he be eliminated? He makes it quite comfortably. He makes up a lot of time in sector 3. Well done to him. Lance Stroll, however, is out. Lewis Hamilton, let's see him come across the line. Will he make it through? He does. Fourth fastest of 129.7. As a result, our 5 drivers out in Q2. Magnussen, Ricciardo, Albon, Stroll, and Tsunoda. And as I said, the one Haas driver I always back if they're going to make it to Q3, Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg is through. But brilliant drives there by both Ferraris into first and third. But we didn't see a lap by Verstappen at the same time. I think Verstappen could have gotten to the 128s there. So that is the end of Q2. Is it a surprise? I mean, Lance Stroll, I'm disappointed, but I still expect it to sort of happen. Otherwise, I'm more surprised about Hulkenberg. Look at that, up there in 6th in the Haas. Brilliant for him. Going back to the comments just before I was doing all that commentary, of course. Currie Foster saying, but on my phone was silent. Lol. Oh, well, that's fine. Manisha saying, what? I'm so confused. Wayanda here saying, I personally don't find the RB dominance boring so long as the teams behind are making any sort of progress. Indeed, I think some progress has been made. Tsunoda not happy about being eliminated there, down in 11th. He was quite frustrated with that. But yeah, Hamilton's through, so is Russell. All of our big teams are through with the exception of Lance Stroll, who did not make it in, and Hulkenberg's in his place. But otherwise, all our big teams are still there, all our big name drivers. But the McLaren's quite close to that drop zone, so they need to be careful in the future. But I think they only just secured themselves. Kuma saying, this is like Singapore, but Lawson all over again. Manisha saying, let's go Leclerc. Blow is cooking indeed. Simone here saying, Grande Leclerc. Lindiwe, I got 3 out of 5. Stroll and Ricciardo, the different ones, of course. Yeah, so guys, give me your predictions. I don't want to share anything about eliminations because we will not see that anymore. Who is going to be your top 5 in Q3? We're just going to get going in just a little bit. Alex Albon, quite disappointed, I think, that he's been knocked out by 0.09 seconds. I mean, so close right there at the elimination point, but just not making it in. The McLarens, as I say, only just safe. Piastri especially, only just safe. He was close to that drop zone. Old Man Roo saying, bummer for Danny. Indeed, he's unfortunately out down at 14th. He's going to start his first race in 2024 in 14th position. CC saying, Q2 almost gave me a heart attack. I'm confused why it wasn't that much massive action. In fact, Wayanda saying, need at least one Mercedes in the top 3, at least. What I'd love to see is a top 4 with different drivers across the whole lot. I want to see a Ferrari, a Red Bull, a Mercedes, and an Aston Martin, or a McLaren, I don't mind, in that top 4. That would be awesome, and I would love it, and that would be a fantastic showing by all the teams in terms of showing how much progress they've made in comparison to Red Bull. Interesting one there, of course. Sergio Perez only down in 8th as well, but again, they didn't actually do a final drive to Red Bull. They knew they were through, so they didn't bother doing another drive in Q2. So there's still a little bit of pace to find, I'm sure. Wanda's here saying my top 5 is Verstappen, Leclerc, Hamilton, Sainz, Alonso. Interesting, we've got 2 Ferraris there, 1 Red Bull, 1 Mercedes, and 1 Aston Martin. Manisha saying Leclerc will finish in pole, Verstappen in 2nd, Norris in 3rd, Hamilton in 4th, and then you just don't know. Or / don't care who comes after that because, quite frankly, our top 4, top 5 is where we were really keeping our eyes. Although for big name drivers further down the grid, of course, we're going to be looking at that. Mango saying Q3 is going to be interesting. Hamilton in the top 5 this time. Well, let's see if Hamilton will stay in the top 5 in Q3. As we look at the crowd, there's quite a big crowd there. A lot of Ferrari supporters, a lot of Aston Martin supporters. I love the fact that Aston Martin have got such a big following now as a result of last season. It's so cool. And I'm quite a fan of Aston Martin as well. I think it's very cool to have seen them do quite well. Ferrari is looking like they're going to cook this year, said Manisha. Well, I hope they do. TC saying my prediction for Q3, Max, Lewis, Russell. It's an interesting one. We've got 2 Mercedes in our top 3 there from TC. I mean, I'm sure they're going to see that. We're saying I find it amazing that a couple of driver generations ago, the field was separated by 17 seconds in qualifying, and now it is spread over just 2. Indeed, it's so much closer now, and the finest margins are there. 0.5 seconds is an age in Formula 1 nowadays. Cody Foster saying my top 5 is Verstappen, Leclerc, Norris, Sainz, and Hamilton. So you're saying Red Bull on top, Ferrari 2nd, McLaren 3rd, Ferrari in 4th. Again, 2 Ferraris in the top 5. Interesting indeed. When's Q3? I think it's just about to start. If not, it's already started. OG since 2600. Interesting name. I've seen your name today. I'm Team Lando. If any driver needs their first win, it is Lando. Indeed, no driver deserves a first win, or at least a win in that case, than Lando Norris. And he still backs McLaren to get it. Of course, he signed a new contract again. I think that was also in response to the fact that Lewis Hamilton was moving to Ferrari. I think they were just trying to make sure that nobody goes and poaches him. But yes, he has signed on again to McLaren, still yet to get a win in Formula One. Such a talented driver not to have got one. So untrue. As Vindiwe says, very true that Lando Norris deserves his first win in Formula One. When will he get it? That's the bigger question. When will he get that win? We'll have to wait and see. I don't think it's going to be this race weekend, but perhaps one in the future, a little bit more suited to his driving. I mean, it would be amazing if his first win was actually in Silverstone as well. That would be a hell of a story. So there's currently a red flashing light in the pit lane, which means that we still have not started Q3. Mango saying my top 5 is Verstappen, Alonso, Leclerc, Hamilton, Perez. The 2 Red Bulls in the top 5 rather there, and Alonso and Leclerc in second and third. Very interesting predictions there. Well, let's see what happens here in Q3. I'm hoping that we're going to have something interesting. Let's actually hope. I mean, here's a little piece of information for those of you who don't know. I am actually a Red Bull fan, and I have been for many years. I was not a fan because of Max Verstappen. I became a fan when Vettel moved to Red Bull. That was my favorite driver for a long time was Sebastian Vettel. I loved watching him race, and he got me into watching Red Bull as my first time team. Before that, I was quite the Mercedes-McLaren team. Of course, that was when they're both the same team. I was a fan of them prior to that, so I still have a bit of a soft spot for McLaren especially. But yeah, my team is actually technically Red Bull. But having said all of that, and that's the reason I'm saying this, I hope not to see Red Bull on pole. I think that would be really fun. A Ferrari on pole, or Mercedes, Aston Martin, anybody, but a Red Bull on pole would certainly make the start of the season at least a little bit interesting. I still think Red Bull have got a lot of race pace, a lot more than the other cars, but I think everybody's a lot closer at the start of the season compared to last season where Red Bull were just so far ahead of the curve. Vinayak, I think that's how you said. I apologize if I said that wrong. Saying, let's wish for Mercedes pole. Well, you can certainly wish so, and I think others might be joining with that. Mango saying, because Alonso is a decent boy. Barrett Swart, yeah, saying it certainly must piss us off that McLaren is still the only McLaren winner in the current grid. Yeah, it is quite funny. It is actually hilarious that the only McLaren winner on the grid right now is currently racing for RB. He's saying, loved Vettel. Indeed, I loved Vettel as a driver. I think he was such a cool driver. And he's such a cool person as well afterwards. I think, there's a small possibility we could see him back in Formula One. I'm looking at a certain Mercedes who's going to be losing, a certain Lewis Hamilton. That could be interesting. I'm sure you're going to see him back in Mercedes. But anyway, Gary saying, makes no difference where Ferrari ends up qualifying. Their race pace will let them down. Well, maybe it won't, maybe it will. But Q3 is underway, and we've got cars making their way out. Verstappen is quite early in terms of going out as well. OG saying Vettel is a great driver and a great human being, a true class act indeed. That's why I loved him so much. And yeah, I mean, maybe he could see himself in a Formula One seat before the end of, before he gets a bit too old for it. I mean, he still says he misses it. He says, who knows? But I think in his heart, he might feel like he's done. But maybe there's a small chance. There's always a possibility something could happen. Yeah. Mango saying, sad Vettel retired in 2022. I think it's 2022. I forgot. I haven't watched him for so long. Piastri is not mid. Well, we'll see. He's currently at least into Q3 in the beginning of the season. Both McLaren's into Q3 in the beginning of the season. Better than last season already. It's a much better improvement compared to last season's Bahrain Grand Prix. Fernando Alonso is still chilling in the pits. He's chilling, not worrying too much about life. Let's see what happens here. So, we've got our first few cars starting their hot laps. Hulkenberg being one of those with just 10 minutes to go in this session. There's enough time for 2 laps essentially, or 1 really blitz lap right near the end. What people opt to do. I think Aston Martin are opting for a different strategy as they kept Fernando Alonso in for a little while here. Maybe he's only going to go into 1 lap and hope that's good enough. But George Russell is going to start his lap for us in his Mercedes. Let's see what he can do. As his DRS is wide open coming into turn 1. Mercedes is still scraping quite handy on the start finish straight, a lot more than the other teams, so that might be slowing them ever so slightly as it comes around turn 1. Doesn't seem to be fighting the steering wheel too much, which is a good sign. as it then comes in here. A little bit bumpy out of turn 3, but let's see what he can do down that next DRS straight. As now he comes, DRS closes now, of course, coming into that corner. Doesn't quite hit there. What is he might do? All track limits might be a thing there for George Russell. We'll have to go back to that. But sector 1 right now, purple, a 28.8. Already sub 29 in sector 1. Max Verstappen, though, is following him. How's that for a driver to be following? Max Verstappen now comes across the line in the sector 1, and he's now got purple sector, 28.686. 0.15 up on Russell ahead of him. But Lewis Hamilton is following the Red Bull. Can Hamilton beat his arch rival nemesis? He cannot. Quite slow for Lewis Hamilton. Looks quite slow so far for his lap, so not good for him in sector 1. Max Verstappen still looking like the quickest car out on track. Russell, though, also going to see what he can do in sector 2 as he comes past. And yeah, he's coming into that point there, 107.3. It's not even a purple sector in sector 2. Max Verstappen now coming towards his sector 2 line. Will he improve and get a purple sector? He doesn't. He does not get a purple sector in sector 2. Very interesting for Max Verstappen. He's actually not the quickest in sector 2. Who is? Who is? Is it Nico Hülkenberg, perhaps? Very, very interesting. As George Russell comes across the line with the purple third sector, 129.6. Lando Norris is a 129.6. Hülkenberg a 130.5. Verstappen goes quicker for 129.4. Not that much quicker, to be fair, than I was expecting. I was expecting closer to the 128s already by Max Verstappen, but not quite. Piastri, 130.6. Hamilton comes across the line at 130.4. Only good enough for fourth position. Perez now, the other Red Bull, comes across the line. He puts himself now into fourth position, just behind Lando Norris, so 130.030. But the two Ferraris going around right now. Charles Leclerc still down on Verstappen's time, but both Ferraris looking quicker than the Mercs. So let's see where they put themselves. Will they go 2-3 temporarily with just 7.5 minutes to go? Sainz now crosses the line. He puts himself into third position. A little bit slower than George Russell, but quicker than Lando Norris. Charles Leclerc, will he go quicker? He's going to come across the line just behind Max Verstappen. A 129.48 compared to Verstappen's 129.42. So Leclerc and Verstappen, like they were in the beginning of the 2022 season, right neck and neck. But can Ferrari actually take advantage of it? That's going to be the question, of course. Lots of big names in the pits of watching those two Ferraris get themselves second and fourth, respectively. George Russell in third. Hamilton all the way down at seventh after that first time. Alonso still yet to put time, and I think he's going to go out with a quiet track, and it's going to do one lap in the section and see how it goes. Hopefully, it's going to be all right. Lydia was saying, actually, pre-testing reports say Ferrari's race pace looks better than last year. The grey area is their race strategy, indeed, and their reliability. Is the reliability going to be all right? Can Sargent make Q3? No, well, clearly not. At any point, he has done so once last season. He did actually do it once. Lindy was saying, this is Ferrari's team principles. Can't remember how to spell the name car that he has had a hand in developing. I look forward to seeing how SF24 moves across the season. Same goes for Vowles. Indeed, James Vowles and that Williams team, hopefully they can do all right in terms of upgrading the car throughout the year. Hamilton's staying in the top 5 so far. Never mind, I forget what I said. Indeed, Hamilton's down there in 7th. Now, Alonso is going around by himself around the track. Everybody else will make their way back to the pits, or otherwise it's ready. Fernando Alonso on his out lap with just 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go. He's not worrying about anybody else. He's just worrying about his own time. Let's see how he does. Usually this doesn't favor anybody. Usually it's not a good thing. Watching George Russell, I said, track limits. Yeah, I just see that turn 6, he just dragged a little with the car, almost lost the car, really had to fight it there, but managed to get it under control. TC saying Lewis's car must be powered by a 2-litre Mercedes diesel engine, lol. Indeed, I mean, it's not looking particularly quick. Fernando Alonso, again, the strategy of going in the middle when everybody goes in the beginning and then goes right near the end, and then some teams try to go in the middle, it's never really worked for those teams in the middle. So we'll have to wait and see if this does work for Fernando Alonso. If there's any driver to change the trajectory of those predictions, it is Fernando Alonso with just 5 minutes to go. So I'm really, really hoping that Fernando Alonso can put in a blitz lap here in that Aston Martin. Hopefully see this Aston Martin still compete this season as it did last season as well. Lindy was saying Merck's WhatsApp sponsor has been very discreet with their brand placement. I've only signed 2 placements, the button on the steering wheel and Toto's mic. It is quite funny, isn't it? But Fernando Alonso, not so funny, is starting his hot lap, his only hot lap of the section. He won't have enough time to do another one. So he cannot afford to make a mistake here. as he goes around turn 1 and turn 2. He's not fighting the car, at least. Looks good. Looks very, very good there. And of course, he is a driver's champion, a world champion is Fernando Alonso. So what can he do in Aston Martin? Of course, Lawrence Stroll is very much hoping that Aston Martin can become a competing constructor. But Alonso's 0.14 seconds down on Verstappen still in Sector 1. It's quite quick. It's quicker than Russell. It's looking good for third right now, but we know that all the other cars are still got to make their way out. And having said that, both McLarens currently making their way out onto the track. 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Alonso now on the DRS, Sector 2. What can he do in comparison to, I'll get there eventually, Max Verstappen's time. Max Verstappen Sector 2 time of 1:070. Alonso now approaching that. What will he put in? Will he be quicker or slower than Max Verstappen's time in Sector 2? He'll be slower. No, he's quicker. He's just quicker. He's quicker in Sector 2. He's 0.019 seconds behind Max Verstappen's time in Sector 2. Come on, Fernando Alonso. Let's see how quickly you can go around. Let's see if it's going to be a decent time. We know these times will be beat, the current quickest ones. But let's see if Fernando Alonso can get anywhere near the front of the grid. And he comes now onto the start-finish straight. DRS is open. He comes across the line at 1:29.542. It's just slower than Fernando Alonso, than Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen, but it's quicker than the others. But I don't think it's going to be good enough to hold on to it. 0.12 slower than Max Verstappen's quickest time. TC saying it's hammer time for Lewis. Indeed, it is hammer time for a lot of these drivers. Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, Sainz, and Perez only leaving the pits now, leaving nice and late. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. All comes down to the wire. It's going to be a hell of a finish here in this Q3 for the first qualifying, of course, of 2024 here in Bahrain. Piastri now comes as the first driver of those final ones to start his hot lap. How can he do? He's currently down in 10th, slowest time. Everybody else is also coming out ahead of him. He's going to have to deal with traffic, which is not ideal, coming into turn 1 as well. As Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz are going to be in the way. Carlos Sainz, I think it is, gone first. Leclerc slowed down to let Piastri by. Carlos Sainz is going to need to find a good place, rather, not a base, to let him by as well. Piastri starting his hot lap, as I say. Let's see what he does in Sector 1. His DRS is wide open, having to get past a little bit of traffic there. Again, never ideal. It still distracts you, even if they do get out the way. So, 28.65 Verstappen in Sector 1. Piastri puts in a 0.2 seconds down of Verstappen. Not looking good for Piastri right now. Needs to find some more pace somewhere in the track. Lando Norris, his other teammate, following him. What will he do in comparison? He puts in, even slower in Sector 1. Not looking good for Lando Norris or Piastri or McLarens. They're not going around particularly quickly. They need to find a lot of pace in Sector 2 here. Hulkenberg in Sector 1. He's actually gone around quicker than Norris in Sector 1. So, really disappointing for McLaren so far. Let's see if they can find some more pace in Sector 2. Yeah, he's coming towards Sector 2 now. Is Piastri half low down? Is he on Max Verstappen's time? 0.2 still down of Verstappen, so he's not doing particularly well. He's going to go slower than Fernando Alonso at this rate. So Fernando Alonso is still going to be in third if these McLarens can't improve their speed in the final sector here. Lando Norris is put in that purple sector in Sector 2, so he's gone around a little bit quicker, but he needs to find a lot of pace still to try and make it up to get anywhere near the front of the grid for tomorrow's race. So Piastri comes across the line. Oh no, only good enough for 7th. Not good enough for him. Max Verstappen has used Piastri as a missile launcher to start his race and his final lap here. Lando Norris comes across the line. Only good enough for 6th. Poor for McLaren. Not good enough for them. They're going to be starting down behind 5th place. 6th and 7th right now. I imagine by the end of this, it might actually end up being 8th and 9th. Hulkenberg does not improve his time. He will start in 10th position. George Russell, slow Sector 1. Maybe Alonso has made a correct decision. Everyone's going around a little bit slower. Hamilton, though, is up in Sector 1. Verstappen, purple sector in Sector 1. What will the Ferraris do in response? Although I think Max Verstappen is the last driver. So, yeah, Fernando Alonso is looking all right now in the pits. But Mercedes, let's see how they do. Verstappen is going to be the final person one here. Charles Leclerc, where is he? What's he going to do? Maybe Charles Leclerc does go around a little bit quicker. Perez, actually, no, Verstappen's ahead of them. So, yeah, the Ferraris will have to try and respond to it. Russell and Hamilton still slow on Verstappen's original time. Are they going to be quicker than Alonso? I don't think they are, I think, again, Aston Martin might be beating Mercedes. Russell comes across the line. It just goes quicker than Fernando Alonso. So he does brilliantly in sector 3 to get quicker than Fernando Alonso. He's currently in 3rd. Hamilton only starts in 8th tomorrow. A terrible lap for Lewis Hamilton. Not good enough for him. Verstappen going quite quickly. He comes across the line, a 129.1. I don't think it's actually that quick. He was slow in 3. What can the Ferraris do? Leclerc now comes into the final start, finish straight. He's going quite quickly. He's gone quicker than Verstappen's time so far. Will Leclerc go into pole for tomorrow? Leclerc comes across the line. He is just slower than Verstappen. He's gone slowly in sector 3. But Carlos Sainz, I said I predicted him for pole. Let's see if he will get it. 129, and he doesn't. Only 4th quickest. Perez, can he beat his teammate? It looks like Verstappen starting on pole. Perez now comes across the line, the final driver, and only 5th fastest. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of our first qualifying session for 2024. To go through the numbers there, Verstappen at 129.179. Leclerc just behind him in 2nd. Russell in 3rd. Ferrari, Sainz in 4th. Perez in 5th. Alonso in 6th. McLaren's 7th and 8th. Norris and Piastri 9th. Lewis Hamilton. Hulkenberg in 10th and last. So, no real surprises in having Max Verstappen up there in 1st. Hamilton all the way down there in 9th. Not good look for Mercedes at all. The two Ferraris, 2nd and 4th. Really not too poor. Split by Mercedes or George Russell in 3rd. George Russell really trying to make a mark, of course, because he's going to be the senior driver. Well, he hopes to be a senior driver in Mercedes next season. And he's already beating Lewis Hamilton so far this season. Fernando Alonso, not bad in 6th. He can do something from there. I know he can. Ladies and gentlemen, that was quite the session. Q3 is over. Max Verstappen, the world champion, is on pole for tomorrow's race in Bahrain. Do we think that he'll go on to win the race? Most likely. Or do we think Leclerc will challenge him into turn 1, take him, and otherwise maybe challenge for Ferrari? Do Ferrari have enough race pace to compete with those Red Bulls? Who knows? Mercedes, Russell as well up there in 3rd. Will they have enough race pace? Wasn't quite as quick a lap as I was expecting from Max Verstappen. I think he literally just apologized, but he still got pole. So, yeah, not too bad for him. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me here on Forever Sports for this qualifying session here in Bahrain. Of course, go check out our channel sponsors, BitDefender, for all your cybersecurity needs. They are our partner, and be sure to go and use them for all your cybersecurity needs. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you for tomorrow's Grand Prix, the first Grand Prix of the 2024 race. And be sure to go and leave in the comments. Of course, we're going to do a review. Check that review out, like that video as well, and go and put your comments there in terms of who you think will finish where tomorrow in the race. But for now, I've been Mark. Thank you so much for joining me on Forever Sport. Check out our other channel as well.